Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So I decided to do a track day this year, 2024. It's been 2 years, didn't do one last year because of the bodybuilding show. And this year, it's now September and we haven't really had the weather. I mean, I've got wets and medias and slicks, so I've got the bike for all weather, but the summer we haven't really had a summer, have we? And I'm a bit busy in work and stuff. So I've had this. I don't keep this at the garage. I keep it in storage. So I've just dragged it out. Going to take the tank off it. Possibly take the carbs off. I've charged up the battery. It still had life in it, so I fitted it last year. I did have it running last year. Going to go over the brakes. I may change the fluid because they feel a bit, just don't feel quite right. Might just give it a good clean oil change and filter. And yeah, I got track date on the 16th at Cadwell, Lincolnshire. Yeah, so this is just a little video of me getting it prepped for the track day. And hopefully, I mean, this engine's done. It's done quite a lot of. It's had its fair share of, let's say, kicked in a lot, and she's just strong as an ox. Just keeps going. I've got, like I said in my previous videos, I've got spare engines, and I rebuild them. So I've got a fresh engine. And it's not like I'm waiting for it to blow, because no one likes to blow the engine up, but if it did, it's no big deal. Hopefully it happens at the end of the day if it does, and it doesn't ruin my day. It's a bit dusty from storage, so it needs a good clean. I did have a cover on it, but yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get that tank off, get the old fuel out. It still smells okay, but I just want to get it out. I think it's only a quarter of a tank, half a tank in it anyway, so it'll do for the lawnmower or trimmer. But yeah, I'm gonna crack on and yeah, see you in a sec. Okay, so I've managed to get some life back in the brakes. I feel it, but a lot better now. I know these are notorious for feeling rubbish, but what I do is I don't jet wash the bike. Because these pistons can seize, they corrode, and they seize and seat side. I did rebuild these about 3 years ago, 2 years ago, on the last track day 2 years ago. I'm trying to avoid stripping them down, and they feel great, feel fantastic. So no binding and good braking, and it's got a nice feel to it for them type of calipers anyway. I've never felt over calipers because I've had a few of these bikes. I've never felt these calipers feel these good, because these brake, they are horrendous. I have got a set of Brembos, but I need the bracket. So I'm going to get my mate to fabricate them, because he's a fabricator welder. So I'm going to get him to fabricate me a bracket, and I'll get them on for next year. So this is just to get it out this year, really. Yeah, so I'm actually tempted to take these calipers off and just check the pistons, make sure they're all moving, because one of out the 6 pistons, because there's a piston either side, and that'd be 1 out of 6 or 2 seized, and we don't want that on a track day, because last thing we want is binding when it grips hold of the disc, and you'll get you'll knock your disc, and it'll warp and it'll start wobbling, and it just feels nasty, especially on a track. Nothing worse than warp discs on a track day. Yeah, so I got the fuel tank off. I took the fuel out. There's no water in it. Shocking, because I had an a Pili OSV on my channel, and that had quite a bit of water in that tank. It was causing running problems. This, however, it's been fine, and it was still running, and it's not even. I've lost the seal to it here, so I'm gonna have to sort that out. So it was in storage, which isn't the driest of places. So it was in storage, and it still never, draw any water in. But I think it's the old fuel before it went to that E5 stuff. So that could be the reason why, or it could have V-power in there. I know V-power doesn't make a difference with a carb, but it just lasts. It's got that. It just lasts longer, the fuel, I believe. So I was wondering what that was. Yeah. So I'm gonna carry on, clean this chain. That's the new chain. That I'm gonna clean that chain. Cobwebs. Clean this chain. And give it a good clean all over. Actually, to be honest, I normally just clean it dry. I don't like hose pipes and jet washes on bikes. To be honest, I try and avoid it as best I can. But it does need a good, normally a little rag and a WD-40 on this particular bike that I use. Nothing, special. Last time I started it up, I noticed there was a leak on the rad, and now it's not doing it this time. Well, last year when I started it up, because I ran out to temperature, so I don't know what that was all about. But I've got a spare rad with me for the track day anyway, so we should be good to go. Yeah, so I'm going to carry on and do a bit more, get these calipers off, check all the pistons. And yeah, not much really to it, to be honest. Back brake could probably do the bleed as well. I'll give that one as well. What the hell, I've wore that pad out, haven't I? Wow, that was a new pad. Oh, I have to get a set of back pads for this. That is low. Let's have a look now. It's making me wonder now, if the back's like that, what's the front like? Yeah, I'm going to get them off and have a look. Okay, so I've had the front calipers off, freed them up. It's all feeling absolutely spot on now. Got all the fairing off, the bottom fairing anyway, the bottom half, done the oil. That's the old oil. So definitely need to change it. It's only a couple of track days that. So I normally change it every other track day. So every 2 track days I normally change the oil, but that's done 2 track days, maybe 3. Got a bit lazy, and it's been in the bike for 2 years. So it's been standing there. I've bred the back brakes. I've got new pads for the back, because not only were they thin, they are knackered, cracked and everything. That they would not have felt nice tomorrow. State of that, glazed and everything. I did put new ones in, but they can't be dear ones. Yeah, I think, you know what, clearly I do use a back brake, but I thought I didn't too much on track days. I don't rely on the back brake, but it looks like I do, because they wore out quite a bit compared to what they are. What did I go for? For Street Performance SBS. About 35 quid from Demon Tweaks, probably a bit cheap online. Got that oil for it. That was 60 quid. I'm sure that was like 40 odd quid last time I bought that. Gone up on it. Yeah, so tyres looking well used. Still got life in it because of the indicators there. So I've cleaned the chain as well, so I need to get some grease for that, chain lube. I've had the tank off, stripped the old petrol out. I didn't take the carbs off, but I've stripped the petrol out of them. So I'm just going to fill up the bowls. Water's running low, so I need to top that up before I put fairing on. Last time, I don't think I've done a video of these hoses, but I've seen these on Marketplace going made cheap second hand. So I threw them on. I can't remember if I've done a video on that. I don't think I have. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw some oil in it, run it up to temperature, make sure this radiator isn't leaking. Put that back on there. At some point got the engine out. Yeah, so I think I've done pretty much. I've bled all the brakes and the back and front, put new fluid in throughout. Moved all the pistons about, they all moved. That one, I can't remember which one now, but one of them did have a stiff piston, it loosened up though. Got a header bolt nice, in good condition. Now it's, I did notice though, got a bit of seepage on the shock, just in there.
Can I go up, mate?
Yeah, just a little bit of seepage in the on one of the shocks. So they're gonna have to come off and get new kit for. And that side's okay, but that one, annoyingly, is leaking a little bit. Just a little bit. It's not dripping down the actual shock itself at this point yet. Well, I'm sure after Monday it will be goosed. So yeah, I'm not going to get that done by Monday. It's Saturday today, so there's no way I'm going to get that stripped down and get that done. So luckily it's not an upside down fork, so I'm not going to lose all my oil. It's an old fashioned upright fork. Yeah, so I'm going to get some oil in it, get it up to temperature, and go from there. Okay, so I got it up to temperature. This is running sweet as a nut. I changed the it's got a spare radiator. It's an old one, but it's still in good condition. Like, it's not leaking, so it's just good to have a spare. That was a new one, aftermarket, and it come with an 80 degrees Celsius temperature switch for the fan. And I noticed it was on pretty much most of the time. Second you stop on track, and you're waiting to go out, the fan would kick in, and then you pull in, the fan would kick in, and it didn't need to kick in that early. So it was just like, it wasn't really causing any harm, but it just wasn't where it wasn't. I don't know. It was just kicking. It was just always on. So yeah, these little generators, they only give up enough power just for lights, really, not to continuously run a fan. So I always feared having, like, say if I had problems with the battery or something, it wouldn't charge or give it a chance to even charge if it's a little bit low. So I just whacked on a standard 100 degrees Celsius one, and I went it up to temperature, and it got to 103, and she's ran. So the fan come in, sorry. Yeah, no leaks. That is like sitting at 100 degrees Celsius now, and it's just like not even a drip anywhere. The radiator is actually sound, so I don't know what that was. Maybe when I washed it at some point, I don't know. I just had a memory of water being on the radiator for some reason. Maybe when I last took it out it was wet and it just didn't dry for a while, I don't know. I just remember seeing water there. Maybe it was, I don't know, weird. Maybe I can't even remember now. It's been that long since I had it out last. I just remember thinking, oh god, that looks like a leak. Because usually if you've got a burst in the radiator, either squirts or it'll go, you see it all wet on the fins. And it didn't do that. So yeah, so I ran it and it ran fine, and then it started spitting, like spluttering. I was thinking, what's going on now? And I've got two road bikes, a ZX10 and a Z-Foul, which are injected. See where I'm going. So I had the even though I've been fitting the tank, and I had to find a nut for this to screw this on because I'd lost it. Even though I did all that faffing about, missing the amount of it, I went out of fuel, and I completely forgot about the tap. So I was there trying to start it, and then it triggered. Then the penny dropped. I realised what I'd done. So let's give it a little start. Again, see, I'm looking for the lawn fob. This hasn't got one. The other bikes have. So. Took a little bit to start there, didn't it? I think it's because it's really hot. it is sitting at 90 odd degrees, so I'll just try that again. Sounds a bit better, doesn't it? Sometimes I find with these old bikes, if they get a bit hot, you turn it off and start it again. Could be a sign of low compression. Seems alright now. I hope I don't get collared of this, because apparently they're getting strict, and I've got a baffle in it. This is really loud when it hasn't got the baffle in, and it pops and bangs and flames and everything. But I decided in the end to leave it in, because I kept on getting black flagged and it wasn't worth it. And you only get like 2 warnings, or yeah, two warnings. You get one chance to put it right. So I'm hoping that's quiet enough, but it does seem loud. Hopefully, but it makes a big difference, that little thing. I tell you, when you take that out, Jesus Christ, it's loud. Yeah, it's because it's straight through, innit? It's no cut on it or anything in the way. Yeah, so I'm going to whack it all together now, and then she's ready for the track. Cool, can't wait. Okay everyone, so that's it. All packed and ready to go. It's running sweet now. Yeah, started on the button. Got my tyre warmers, tyres, all the right pressures. I've even cleaned the wheels a little bit, so they've all come up pretty well, to be fair. First time I've actually cleaned them, actually, and they've done like several track days. I clean the bike, but I don't really concentrate much on the wheels, because they are just old zx9r wheels and nothing of value, and they are just rattle tinned anyway. Because I bought them all before lockdown when they were cheap, and I just rattle canned them. And I had the tyres off, obviously, and then gave them a good sand down and rattle can them. I would have done it with the spray gun in that, but I just didn't see the point in it, because they just get knocked about, you know, thrown in the back of the van and everything. So yeah, I always take a spare helmet. I've got 2 fuel tanks. It's handy to have 2 fuel tanks, because I like to half fill the bike, 3/4 bike, and then carry extra fuel, because the fuel on the track at the event is quite dear. It's like £1.60, £1.80 at the moment. Currently now, it's £1.30 around here where I live, per litre for petrol. 1.35 I think, maybe something like that anyway. Yeah, I didn't do the final check on the oil, so I just put that in there. White know when it's level. But yeah, I got me canopy and the sides, and all that. So Jenny's running sweet, so all good to go. So I'm heading there tonight, staying the night, and then tomorrow morning, the 16th, I'll be heading towards the track, which is about 20 minutes away from where I'm staying. From where I am now, it's about 3.5 hours with good traffic. So I decided to stay the night because I could. Yeah, so I may do another video of the actual day. So if you want to see that, follow and watch the other video, which I'll probably upload at some point next week. Bye for now.